Hey, Bears fans. Today we are diving deep into everything happening with our Chicago Bears as they continue to navigate this critical point in the season. The trade deadline has come and gone, and while some of us might have hoped for blockbuster moves, it seems the front office has taken a measured approach, choosing discipline over impulse. When you think about it, the Bears made calculated decisions to avoid overpaying for players who might not ultimately transform the team. We all know the names that were floating around: Max Crosby, Trey Hendrickson, Jermaine Johnson. And while there was speculation, it's clear that the Bears prioritize balance and long-term planning over chasing headlines. For instance, there was interest in Jermaine Johnson, but the talks did not lead to a trade because the team would have had to give up more than they were willing to risk. A third-round pick was on the table, and the Jets held firm, knowing the value they had. In situations like this, patience can often be the wisest move. Overpaying for a player can quickly turn into regret if things do not pan out as expected, and the Bears are showing they are committed to avoiding that trap. Looking ahead, the team's focus has already shifted to free agency and potential opportunities to strengthen key positions without compromising the core of the roster. One name that stands out right now is Asante Samuel Jr. After being medically cleared, he could provide an immediate boost in the cornerback room. If he comes in for a workout and passes a thorough medical examination, he might be a valuable addition. Samuel Jr. offers the Bears flexibility, whether he ends up competing for a starting spot or providing depth. Depth is critical in a season as grueling as this one, and the Bears have shown awareness that having reliable options on defense can make all the difference when injuries inevitably occur. Adding a player like Samuel Jr. could not only bolster the secondary, but also spark healthy competition among the current cornerbacks, pushing everyone to elevate their performance. The edge rush remains another area of concern. While the team has some promising names, including Montez Sweat, Austin Booker, Daniel Hardy, and Joe Tryon-Choinka, the need for additional bodies to rotate through is evident. Players like DeMarcus Walker, who is currently available, could be considered for a veteran minimum deal to add flexibility and experience. Walker brings versatility, capable of lining up both inside and outside, and could be a key piece in shoring up the pass rush while keeping the rotation fresh. Decisions like these often come down to timing, fit, and overall strategy, and the Bears are demonstrating prudence in navigating this process. They are weighing options carefully, ensuring that any move made strengthens the team without compromising future assets. This approach may not grab headlines immediately, but it is likely to pay dividends in sustained competitiveness. Special teams also remain a topic of discussion, particularly at kicker. Jake Moody has one more call-up available from the practice squad, which provides flexibility if the team wants to adjust the roster or test options. The kicking game is always a delicate balance, and having the ability to rotate or evaluate players mid-season can make a significant impact, especially in close contests. While these decisions might seem minor compared to trades or free agent signings, they are integral to a team's overall success. Every small adjustment, from roster moves to practice squad decisions, contributes to the Bears' ability to stay competitive week after week. Meanwhile, the team's draft and offseason moves are still being evaluated as the season progresses. On the offensive line, the Bears have made solid strides, but the defensive line remains a work in progress. Rookies like Carlson Loveland are showing promise, and later-round picks, such as Kyle Manungi and Luther Burton, might end up being long-term contributors. However, other selections, like Ruben Hippolyte, have not yet made an impact on the field, highlighting that the draft remains a mixed bag. Despite this, the front office continues to focus on development, ensuring young players receive the guidance and opportunities needed to thrive in the NFL. Patience is key, as early season struggles or slow starts often give way to mid-season growth, and the Bears are playing the long game in this regard. The divisional picture remains challenging. Competing against teams like the Detroit Lions, Green Bay Packers, and Minnesota Vikings requires not only talent, but consistency and depth. The Bears are aware that winning the division will demand strong performances in key matchups, particularly against division rivals. Their schedule will test them in multiple ways, from home games against tough opponents to road contests that require resilience and strategic preparation. With players like Kyler Gordon potentially returning from injury and the continued emergence of key contributors in the secondary, the Bears have a path forward, but execution will be everything. The combination of developing young talent, integrating new additions, and managing injuries will ultimately determine how competitive the team can be in the second half of the season. Fans also have strong opinions about roster construction and strategic priorities, particularly regarding pass rush and depth across the defensive line. While some are hoping for more aggressive moves at the trade deadline, it's important to understand that adding players comes with costs and risks. The Bears have chosen to remain disciplined, opting not to overcommit draft picks or salary to short-term fixes. This approach may not satisfy every fan immediately, but it reflects a commitment to building a sustainable, competitive roster that can contend not just this season, but for the years ahead. In terms of free agent strategy, the Bears are in a position to explore multiple avenues without panicking. Evaluating players like Asani Samuel Jr., DeMarcus Walker, and others on practice squads or in free agency allows the team to identify talent that can fill immediate needs while complementing the existing roster. Balancing short-term needs with long-term development is an ongoing challenge, and the Bears appear to be taking a measured, thoughtful approach. This strategic patience helps prevent overpaying for marginal upgrades while still keeping the roster competitive and flexible as the season progresses. As the team moves forward, every game becomes increasingly significant, and preparation against upcoming opponents is a top priority. With matchups against teams like the Giants, Packers, Lions, and Vikings, the Bears are focused on positioning themselves to compete for playoff spots. Each week presents new challenges, from managing injuries to adjusting game plans based on personnel availability. Fans should pay attention to how the coaching staff adapts and integrates new players, as these decisions often determine the outcome of closely contested games. With the combination of developing talent, strategic roster moves, and disciplined planning, the Bears are laying the foundation for a competitive stretch run in the season, and it will be fascinating to see how all these elements come together on the field. As the season moves into its second half, the Bears face an array of challenges and opportunities that could define their playoff chances. Injuries have tested the team's depth, particularly on defense, and managing player availability is becoming increasingly crucial. Players like Kyler Gordon could return soon, providing options in the secondary, and his presence may force adjustments in coverage schemes or lineup rotations. With both Gordon and Gardner-Johnson capable of starting, the Bears could experiment with multiple defensive looks, including 3 safety packages or hybrid schemes designed to confuse opponents and maximize versatility. Such flexibility could prove vital against division rivals who have potent passing attacks, and the ability to adapt week to week will be key in staying competitive. The edge situation continues to generate discussion among fans and analysts. With the team thin at pass rusher, adding experienced or versatile players could provide immediate benefits. Veterans like DeMarcus Walker, who remain unsigned, offer a chance to bring in a proven contributor capable of lining up both inside and outside. Integrating a player like Walker could reduce the workload on younger pass rushers, maintain high energy and effectiveness across the defensive line, and allow the Bears to rotate more effectively against offenses that target fatigue in the fourth quarter. Beyond the immediate impact, these moves also allow the coaching staff to evaluate depth and identify which players can handle high-pressure situations as the team navigates the playoff race. Defensive depth is not limited to the edge. The Bears have opportunities to explore talent at cornerback, safety, and interior line positions, all of which could influence their ability to compete against teams with dynamic offenses. For example, a medically cleared Asani Samuel Jr. could bring an upgrade in coverage ability, while simultaneously giving young players like Nan a push to elevate their game. The presence of competition in practice often drives performance in games, and bringing in players with proven talent ensures that every member of the roster is motivated to perform at a high level. Depth across the board becomes even more critical during the second half of the season, when injuries and fatigue accumulate, making the difference between winning close games and missing playoff opportunities. Meanwhile, the team's overall strategy reflects a balance between immediate competitiveness and long-term planning. The Bears' approach to trades, free agency, and roster management shows an awareness of cost versus value. High-priced acquisitions may seem appealing, but overpaying for a player who does not ultimately make a transformative impact can limit flexibility in future seasons. By remaining disciplined, the Bears preserve their ability to address multiple positions through free agency, mid-season acquisitions, or even practice squad promotions. Each roster decision has a ripple effect, and the team's focus on strategic prudence demonstrates a commitment to sustainable success rather than quick fixes. Special teams continue to be a subtle, yet impactful aspect of the Bears season. With options like Jake Moody available for call-up, the team maintains flexibility at kicker while evaluating performance and readiness. Decisions in special teams often fly under the radar, but can determine outcomes in tight contests. A reliable kicking game, along with consistent coverage and return units, contributes to field position battles, scoring opportunities, and overall team confidence. These seemingly small details accumulate over the course of the season, reinforcing the importance of depth and attention to every phase of the game. Looking ahead, the division remains highly competitive. The Lions and Packers continue to be formidable opponents, and the Bears cannot afford to underestimate any matchup. Home games against Detroit or Green Bay are crucial opportunities to gain an edge, while road contests against Minnesota test the team's resilience and ability to perform under pressure. Winning key divisional matchups often serves as a barometer for playoff potential, and the Bears are aware that execution, discipline, and in-game adjustments will define success. Fans should expect close contests where strategy, preparation, and mental toughness determine the outcome, and every roster move, from depth additions to returning starters, plays a role in these critical games. Offensively, the Bears have maintained a consistent approach while also integrating emerging talent from the draft. Rookies like Carlson Loveland and Kyle Manungi have the potential to make meaningful contributions, while veterans continue to anchor the line and establish consistency. The balance between developing young talent and maintaining veteran leadership is delicate, but essential for sustaining competitiveness. As the season progresses, the development of these players will be key in shaping the team's ability to contend in both divisional and playoff scenarios. In free agency, the Bears have a number of options to strengthen the roster without overcommitting resources. Evaluating available talent allows the team to fill immediate needs, whether through short-term contracts or practice squad promotions, while maintaining flexibility for future seasons. This strategy also allows the coaching staff to experiment with different combinations of players, identifying the most effective matchups and rotations. By combining careful roster management with targeted acquisitions, the Bears position themselves to remain competitive while avoiding the pitfalls of impulsive decision-making. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Chicago Bears. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. In a move that has sent shockwaves through the NFL and left fans of the Chicago Bears in utter disbelief, head coach Ben Johnson has reportedly tendered his resignation, sparking a whirlwind of speculation and heated debates across sports media. According to insiders close to the organization, the dramatic exit stems from what has been described as a tense standoff within the Bears front office, a showdown that one source summarized bluntly as, "It was me or him." Johnson, who had been at the helm for just over a season, had earned a reputation as a fiery, no-nonsense leader, pushing his team to embrace a more aggressive, high-risk style of play. Yet, whispers around Hallis Hall suggest that clashes with senior management over personnel decisions, game strategy, and the overall direction of the franchise had been escalating behind closed doors for months. The suddenness of his resignation, however, has left even the most seasoned insiders stunned. Fans took to social media almost immediately after the news broke, with reactions ranging from outrage to confusion. Some have expressed disappointment, pointing to Johnson's vision for the team and his efforts to rebuild a struggling roster as reasons why he deserved more time. Others, however, hinted that internal discord might have been a long time coming, noting reports of friction between the coach and key executives over draft picks and free agency moves. While the Bears organization has yet to issue a formal statement detailing the reasons for Johnson's departure, the phrase "it was me or him" has fueled rampant speculation that a power struggle within the franchise reached a breaking point. Analysts are now debating who might step in to fill the vacuum left by Johnson. Will it be an internal promotion, or will the Bears look elsewhere for a high-profile replacement to calm the storm among fans and players alike? The timing could hardly be worse, with the team preparing for a critical stretch of the season where cohesion and stability are paramount. With Ben Johnson's exit now confirmed, all eyes will be on Chicago to see how the franchise manages the fallout and whether the locker room can rally in the midst of uncertainty. For now, one thing is clear. The Bears are entering uncharted territory, and the drama surrounding their head coach's departure is far from over. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Chicago Bears, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.